Good morning, family. I'm so excited about this Maxwell Maltz book, Psycho-Cybernetics. This month, December is here. We got a brand new month. We got a chance to just recalibrate our thinking. And I am pumped up. We get paid to read these books. So let's get into it. We're still in chapter 1. And he was talking about the key to a better life is understanding all your actions, feelings, and behaviors are going to be consistent with your self-image. That was point 1 and 2. He said, the good news is your self-image can be changed. Now he goes on in a lot of detail about changing it. I love, this is where my 3 insights are coming from today. He says, this is on page 4, positive thinking cannot be used effectively as a patch or a crutch to the same old self-image. In fact, it is literally impossible to really think positively about a particular situation as long as you hold a negative concept of yourself. You hear what he's saying. Basically what he's saying is you have to, if you know, in our world, business, sales, marketing, if the people you are presenting to, if they have a negative concept, they're not going to buy what you're selling. I don't care how positive it is. If it's a business opportunity, you building a team, you trying to hire them, recruit them to come work with you. It doesn't matter how great it is. It can't be great enough if those people are sitting there thinking that nothing's good going to ever happen to them. So the insight is find people who already have a positive self-image. To be successful in our type of business, we have to find people that already have a positive self-image, self-confidence, a great belief system. It's too much work otherwise. I'm preaching, boy, he's preaching in his book. Number 2, he said, then it goes on and it's a story about a teacher and the students were bad, failing grades, etc. And then they met with the counselor, psychologist, and boom, turned everything around. Now listen to this. He said the trouble with these students was not that they were dumb or lacking in basic aptitude. The trouble was an inadequate self-image. I don't have a mathematical mind. I'm just naturally a poor speller. That's what the students would tell themselves. And so they identified with mistakes and failures instead of saying, I failed a test. I'm not a failure, I just failed a test. Or whatever the case, I flunked the subject. I'm not a flunk out. I'm not. So, teammates, listen to this. There is, the whole enemy, the devil, not to get too spiritual. The condemnation is a powerful tool to get people to have lack self-image. And in this is basically in that same direction, people can identify, and this is my insight, don't identify so much with your mistakes. You have to identify with your successes. That's huge. The great trickster will be reminded itself, a negative self-consciousness will constantly remind you what didn't happen, this didn't go your way, you weren't good at this, you failed at that, blah, blah, blah. It's one negative reminder after the other. You gotta reprogram that, make a hard turn on that, and remind yourself of all the good things. Everybody, I don't care who they are, have had successes and failures. Their life has not always been up, they've had some negatives. So, is which one you choose to dwell on. You got to be aware of how dwelling on negative events affects your self-image. This book is preaching in this book, man. Good God. Now go on, last point, and I'm going to let y'all go. Now he's still talking about you can change. So he's saying, when this self-image is intact and secure, you feel good. When it is threatened, you feel anxious and insecure. When your self-image is adequate and one that you can be wholesomely proud of, you feel self-confident. You feel free to be yourself, to express yourself. You function at your optimum. When it is an object of shame, you attempt to hide it rather than express it. Creative, and this is my point, listen to this. He says creative expression is blocked. you become hostile or hard to get along with. Teammates, listen, and my insight is in business, and probably all businesses, is a level of creativity that is required. And when you have negative self-images, block creativity. Negative self-images block creativity. That is the number one cause of failure. I don't know if it's the number one, but it's close. Teammates, you got to consistently be creative in what you can do to improve. If everything around you can be improved, if your effectiveness can be improved, it's going to require for you to look at it creatively. And you can't look at it creatively when you are dwelling or suffering from a negative self-image. This boy is preaching better than y'all saying amen. Love you guys. We're going to run this play again tomorrow.